Willie Jolly, who is a fantastic speaker, a very well-known American speaker. He's brilliant. Catch him if you can. He tells this story about a man who wants to quench his thirst. The man, he wakes up in the middle of the night and he's thirsty. He's dying of thirst, and he decides to go downstairs and to go to the fridge to get himself a can of Coke. So downstairs he goes, opens the fridge. There's no Coke in there. He thinks, oh no. So he just goes to the tap, gets himself some water and goes to bed. Why did he do that? Because he didn't want to drink that Coke real bad. Next man, he wakes up in the middle of the night. Same thing, he's dying of thirst. He goes downstairs to quench his thirst. He thinks, I'll go and get myself a Coke. I'm dying for a can of Coke. He goes to the fridge. He opens the fridge and there's no Coke there. He thinks to himself, oh no, I need that Coke. I'm going to go down the local shops and I'm going to go and get myself a can of Coke. He opens up the curtains, has a look out, and sees it's raining. He thinks to himself, oh no, I'm not going to go out and get wet. So he just goes to the tap, helps himself to a glass of water and goes back to bed. Why does he do that? Because he doesn't want to go and get a can of Coke real bad. Next man wakes up, dying of thirst. Same thing happens, goes downstairs, opens the fridge, no Coke in there. Thinks to himself, I'll go to the local shops, opens the curtain, sees it's raining. Thinks to himself, oh, I just want that can of Coke, so I'm still going to go down that shop. So he puts on a coat and goes down to the local shops. Shop's closed. Oh, he thinks, oh no, so he just goes back home, goes to the tap, gets himself a glass of water and goes to bed. Why did he do that? Because he didn't want the can of Coke real bad. Next man wakes up, same thing happens. Dying of thirst, I want to quench his thirst, decides he's going to go and get himself a can of Coke. He really needs that can of Coke to quench his thirst. It's just what he wants. Goes downstairs to the refrigerator. The refrigerator is empty, no Coke in that. He thinks, oh no, looks out the window and sees it's raining. Thinks to himself, I don't care, I'm going to put my coat on. Puts his coat on, out he goes to that first shop. Shop's closed. But because he wants a Coke, and he really wants a Coke, he thinks to himself, oh, I'll go to the next shop. And that's closed. So he goes to the next shop, and then the next shop, and the next shop, and he keeps going to shop after shop until he actually finds one that's open. And then he gets his can of Coke, opens it, drinks it, and quenches his thirst. Now, why did he do all of that? Because he wanted a can of Coke real bad. And because he wanted it real bad, he just kept going and kept going, past all the barriers until he got himself a can of Coke to quench his thirst. And the message is, you've got to want something real bad if you're going to go and achieve it or go and get it for yourself in your life. Now, Eric Thomas, another brilliant American speaker, certainly catch this man if you can. Fantastically entertaining speaker. He tells the story of a young man who wants to get rich, and he finds himself a guru who's made it, who's rich. And he says to the guru, can you please help me to do what you've done in your life and help me to make a lot of money, please? And the guru says, you really sure about that? You sure you really want to do what I did? And he said, yeah, I do. So the old man, this guru is an old man, he says to him, okay then, okay youngster, I'll meet you on the beach tomorrow morning at 5:30. Okay with that? And the young man thinks to himself, well actually, I just want to learn how to get rich. I don't want to learn how to swim. But he says yes, turns up at 5:30 in his suit, ready to meet the guru. Guru turns up in his shorts, and the young man's thinking to himself, oh, I didn't realise that, I'm a bit overdressed. And the old man says to him, you sure you still want to learn what I've learned? And he said, yeah. He said, follow me, come with me. And they walked out into the waves, into the water. They're walking out and the water was getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And this young man was thinking, what's going on? I don't want to learn how to swim. I don't want to drown. I just want to learn how to get rich. But he kept going and the water was getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And it was right up to his nose. And he was on his tippy toes in the water, and he was just trying to keep on top of the waves. And suddenly the old man gets hold of his head, pushes him down under the water and keeps his head down, won't let him up. And this man starts struggling for air and he's starting to drown, and he's really getting desperate. He's fighting away, but this old man won't let go of him. He keeps his head down, and all of a sudden he's on his last breath. The old man lets go, and the young man, he comes out of the water and he gets it, fills his air with lungs. And the old man said to him, when you want to succeed as bad as you wanted that breath of air that you've just taken, then you will succeed and you'll go and get what you want to get. So the message is that you've got to want it real bad, and you've got to want it as bad as the air that you breathe if you want to go and get what you want out of life. And I experienced that for myself. In 2010, I was over 20 and a half stone, nearly 21 stone, hadn't run anywhere, was unhealthy, decided to change my life. And for whatever reason there was, but I had some very, very good reasons for wanting to change my life and to step things up. And I decided that I needed to lose weight and get myself physically fit to be able to go forward and do the things that I wanted to do and to achieve and get what I wanted to get in my life. And I decided that I would go and run a marathon. And I decided that I would run it in New York City. And this marathon was the symbolic thing for me that would be the enabler for me to go and do something great in my life. And for very, very personal reasons, this marathon was the most important thing that I needed to do. I was just going to do it. The point about it was that there was two things. I had to lose a lot of weight. I had to lose at least 6 stone in weight, and I had to get myself physically fit. And the other thing that was happening is that at the time I had this little ache in my heart. Little ache that was my little friend that was always there. No matter what I was doing, I could be laid on the couch, went to get up and ooh, that little soreness right in my heart. Wouldn't go away, was always there. Just a little twinge, just my little friend laying in the background just reminded me. And I had this little dream for myself that I was going to die fairly young. And I was going to die because I was overweight and because of lack of exercise. And at the time, as a taxi driver, I was really working hard on that dream. And that's why I decided to change my life. And so I had this little twinge, and anyway, I went training. And I was in the gym every single day. Got up at 6 o'clock. I was in the swimming pool at 6:30. I did 45 minutes of swimming. Then I got out of the pool and went to the gym, did an hour of gym, went to work, came back and went back in the gym and repeated it again, day after day after day. I went on a juicing diet. I juiced for 77 days straight and I lost the weight. And I got fit enough to enter the marathon, and I put myself through a barrier of having to raise over £3,000 in 30 days to be able to get myself to New York to run a New York marathon and actually raise a lot of money for charity in doing so. The point about it is that I did that, and on the starting line of the marathon, I honestly believed that I might actually die doing that challenge. My little heart was there. There was when you do a Marathon magazine comes out and tells you, how to train and what to look for. And there was this warning box in the magazine. It said, if you've got any of these signs, do not run a marathon. And one of those signs it said was pain in your chest. And I had pain in my chest. And I actually had the belief that I might actually die running a marathon. But I was prepared to do it. So much so that I wrote a will for my family. I did videos for the family, and on the day of the race I was still doing video messages on my phone to my family. Remember, one started, "Hi guys, if you're watching this, I'm dead. Sorry about that, but I just had to do what I had to do." So I entered the marathon not knowing if I was going to come out the other side. But the thing about it was that I pushed myself for months and months and months to get to the gym and to train and to pick up my fitness day after day, just grinding it out. And then I went on as well, going on a 77 juicing diet, and you've got to be strong, mentally strong up here to do it and to keep going. But I did it, and I entered the marathon and I got myself round. Now the issue with this is that I want to do it again, or I tell myself I want to do it again. Just before Christmas, I was on YouTube and telling people that I was on another 70-day, 60-day juicing diet. And I did 25 days of juicing, lost 20 pounds. I started to go to the gym, just very tentatively going back to the gym. And then life happened on me. The excuses that I can come up with happened on me. And I had to start going to work for a 6-8 week period of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to just go and support a guy in a store. So that's what I did. And I stopped going to the gym and couldn't be bothered to do juicing because I was up early, too tired, and stopped. And now I said to myself, I'm going to start juicing again. and I'm going to go back in the gym. And so far, I haven't done it. And the reason why I haven't done it is because my why, my motivation, isn't there. Before, I wanted it, and I wanted it real bad. I wanted it more. It was more important to me to do it or to try to do it than the air that I breathed. And I actually risked my life thinking that I may never see my family again because I just had to do it. I really wanted it real bad. And I did it. Now, my life has changed and I'm pursuing a lot of other more wild and outrageous dreams. And although I'm kind of kidding myself, I still want to lose a load of weight. I do want to lose weight, but I don't want it real bad. Because if I did want it real bad, I'd be doing it, wouldn't I? And I'm not, because I don't want it real bad. And what's getting in the way is actually the other things that I'm chasing, because I actually want them real bad. And so I'm putting them as a priority above losing weight and going to run a marathon. So that just proves the stories that Eric Thomas says, that Willie Jolly says, that if you want to go out in your life and achieve something fantastic, follow your passion and go for something that you really want. Because to go and achieve it and to get over all the obstacles and the barriers and to get over the wall and to push the negative people out of your way and to get to where you want to go, you've got to want it real bad. And you've got to want it just as much as you want to breathe the air that you breathe. So think carefully on what you want to do. And once you've decided, then you go with it with every single thing that you've got with total belief. Thanks. I hope this is useful. You've got to want it real.